Jordan, what was your reaction when you heard that your guy GP2 was coming back to y'all?
Um, it was good news, um, especially at the trade deadline. I think it went down to the last day, and just getting somebody back that was familiar, who helped us majorly last year in our run, and we knew the type of fit that he would be, and we were just, me personally, I was just really excited.
What does he bring to you guys?
A different level of competitiveness, physicality, defense, a burst of energy, athleticism. He brings a lot to our team. So being able to have him back, and he just fits seamlessly with us. And I think he's been showing that with the games that we've played together.
Jordan, what did Mike Brown mean to you as a young player, and just the way he relates to guys, his spirit, just everything about the way he does his job?
Yeah, Mike helped me a lot. My first couple of years, I was able to ask him questions, offensively, defensively, and he was a big part in my development growing up, or coming up the first couple of years, and it's exciting to see what he's done with the Kings this year, and I'm really happy for him.
Were there any specific moments he was there for you, or a specific thing he did to influence your development?
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff, major stuff. Ask me in a couple of weeks, I'll probably give you a more in-depth answer. Got you.
Reflecting back on the playoffs last year, how much do you think that your veterans create a sense of chaos, and how much do you think you thrived in that chaos as a team?
On the court?
Yes.
Yeah, for it being my first run last year, I didn't really know what to expect. I knew that the intensity would be higher. It would be a different level of basketball. But it's almost like controlled chaos. You, if anything, you feel it more than you see it. Just like how possessions matter, or play calls, or good shots, or fouls, or turnovers, or whatever it is. You kind of just feel the magnitude from just everybody, just the situation. But honestly, it's like a good feeling. If anything, you're excited, and those who like to play in the bright lights thrive in situations like that and look forward to them.
Shayna helped remind me what my question was. Last season, you, Gary, Andrew, Otto, a ton of players had never experienced the playoffs before. J.K., Moses. This season, I think all but the rookies and two-way players have playoff experience now. How beneficial is that as a group to have a collective understanding of those differences, of the different level of intensity and focus the playoffs require?
We were able to rely on our vets last year. They've just been in this situation, in these playoffs, in the finals, so many times that it's almost like an overload of experience in which you can kind of, almost ask them anything, any scenario, any question, and they'll have the answer to it. And we were able to do that last year, but after getting our run and a lot of the young guys and most of our team being in the playoffs, we kind of got our own experiences, and we got our own lessons that we were able to learn from last year, and kind of apply that to this year's run. But it's even still really good being able just to continue to ask them questions, and there will probably be different scenarios and situations throughout the course of this run that we'll need help with. And it's really good to have a year under our belt with a lot of different games, situations, scenarios, and being able to play all of the maximum amount of games last year or whatever. And the playoff run really helped. So I'm excited, and I think everybody in the locker room is too.
Jordan, how is J.K. How far has he come from where he was when he first got here, when you first saw him, to where he is now? What's made him where he is now? What's gotten him there?
I think we know how talented J.K. is. Everybody knows in the organization, the fans, the rest of the world knows, and development just comes with time, opportunity. He was able to play more this year. We were able to, I think we were able just to see what it's like when he's able to be a focal point. He's out there to impact the games, whether it's with his defense, whether it's with his athleticism, and the plays that he makes. But it just takes time to develop, and we're seeing him come into his own and make big plays out there on the court and in big moments, and it's only up from here.
As a champion now, do you change at all how you enter the playoffs? Did you learn anything last year, or makes you do anything different as far as preparation?
That's a great question.
I only ask great questions.
Because last year was my first year, and everything that I did felt comfortable. It worked. We were able to win a championship. I think I have the foundation of what I want to do that I'll carry over from last year. May ask a few questions just because I have a little bit more insight and experience on how it'll go. But I think I'll just stick to my basics, I guess, my fundamentals that I had last year. Maybe tweak it a little bit for the better. Not sure. Ask me in a couple days. It's a great question.
Jordan, just in terms of the lighter travel, how would you explain the difference between what your body goes through on a bus ride and a plane ride?
Well, I think our bus ride is only like an hour from SF to Sacramento, as opposed to taking a 30-minute bus ride to the airport, 2-hour flight, 30-minute bus to the hotel, whatever it is, recovery, blah, 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 do whatever you got to do. And then after the game, you would have to take a 30-minute drive there, and then you're on the plane for 2 hours, so you can't recover for those 2 hours. Then you got to drive back. You're getting in late at night. Games are probably over around, 10:30, 11. Probably not getting to bed until 1:30, 2. You're probably still up from the game. As opposed to driving 45 minutes, you can get home, get to your recovery, get some sleep. Probably still have a couple extra hours in your day to kind of like settle down later after the game, as opposed to ending your night at like 2:30 in the morning. So in the playoffs, whenever you can minimize travel, I think we really appreciate that for sure.
Jordan, following up on Marcus, it does seem you're more animated and free and just comfortable. I don't know. Is that a stretch?
No. In terms of what?
Just animate.
On the court, off the court.
Absolutely, on the court.
Yeah.
When you make a big play, and I don't know. Maybe Steph's celebrations have sort of rubbed off on you. I don't know, but that's just an observation, and I may be off base.
No, you're right. I've always been like that though. I've always been like interactive with the crowd. It was a bit different in school, just because it's college and you gotta abide by the rules, But in the league, you got more freedom. It's almost like you got a little more of an entertainment aspect to it. You can get the crowd involved. Going into timeouts, you can, shake a fan's hand, get everybody excited. You need all the positive energy that you can get. But I've always been like that, try to, be electric and give the fans something exciting to watch. And now that we can be so close and interact with them, I think it was taken away playing during COVID. There were no fans there. And so, you can turn up after a big play, but everybody's at home. So now seeing everybody on the court, it's makes you appreciate it a bit more.
Can you imagine too what that means to the fan who's you nearly fall onto, or you shake their hand, or you?
For sure.
That stuff lasts a lifetime.
No, that's why they got them seats though. That's why they're so close.
This is true. Did you ever have a player do that for you when you were a kid?
I could never get seats that close.
Okay.
But I would wait after the game. How a lot of kids and fans do now, and I can get a little bit of a sweaty handshake or so.
Who's the best one?
Big Michael Red fan. growing up. So whenever I go to the Bucks games, Michael Ray would be there, Brandon Jennings, Charlie Bell, a lot of throwbacks.
Okay. On a slightly more serious topic, what did Looney do all those months ago to keep this team from fracturing and potentially just as a voice of reason, as a steadying force that he's been now for years, but these last couple of years he's played every game and just, kept things peaceful, perhaps.
Yeah. He's just extremely steady, and a really good, he's like stability for us. I think people don't realize like how long Loon has been with the team and with the organization. He was here through the entire run. So he's a part of this, as much as anybody, and being a younger guy coming in and, just being able to ask him questions and him being a leader and him seeing the things that he's seen over the course of the years and being in the playoffs and being in important games. He's extremely knowledgeable, and I think he kind of takes on like the big brother aspect, the enforcer role, the kind of like steady stability factor in our locker room, and he does a tremendous job. And a lot of people go to him if we need questions or something to talk about, and he's a really good outlet for us for sure, on and off the court.
You and Loon both went all 82 this year, and I know how much pride he takes in that. How much pride do you take in that, and how much of that is that Milwaukee Midwestern kind of mentality?
No, for sure. I joke with him all the time and tell him that if it wasn't for COVID last year, I wouldn't have missed those 6 games. I would have played all 82 with him, but it just kind of shows the testament of, our personality, who we are as people, where we come from. Like, when it's 6 inches of snow outside and it's negative 10 degrees, like, we're still going to school, we're still going to work. So, it's nothing to, try to get up and get your body right and go out there and play the game that we love. And if we're available and we feel like we can help our team win games, we'll be out there. And it's just kind of been that way since, we were kids, for me at least, and just the way we grew up. So I can't speak on other people, but it feels good to, go out there, play 82, and give your team a chance to win every night.
When you look at Klay Thompson and just kind of everything that he's been through and this journey over the last year and a half of, getting his legs back under him, playing his first full complete season, and he clips 300 threes for the first time. He set a career high for rebounds. Just being a teammate and you getting to observe that, like, what are some of those moments that you look at and you're like, Klay is Klay and he's kind of doing the thing?
Doing the thing. That is what he's doing, is the thing. Congrats to him, first of all, for hitting 300 this year and, being a select few to do it. But, I think what makes Klay so special is the chip that he plays with, after all the accomplishments that he's had and the championships and the rings. And it's really special to see him want more, and find ways to stay motivated. And there's nothing I love more than, people shutting other people up. And Klay did that the entire year. And people were talking down on his name. And, not only this past season, but 2 years ago, and for him to come back and play at an extremely high level and, accomplish the thing that he's accomplished it's amazing, and it's a huge testament to who he is. And, I never once was a doubter, and I've been supporting him since day one. So just being able to see him make other people eat their words, it's pretty cool.
What does his hunger and just his drive do for the rest of you guys and help fuel and motivate as you guys prepare for this postseason run? Yeah,
I think what makes this team special is that we have a lot of guys who have a pretty high competitive level, competitive edge. A lot of guys want it, and just to see Klay come in and, lock in, whether it's in practice or see how laser focused he is in the third quarter or the fourth quarter of a game, throughout the course of the year. He hit really big shots. He made big plays. So it's exciting, just to be back in the playoffs. And, I think we have a lot of guys on our team who are ready to step up, rise to the occasion.
How has it been to have Andrew Wiggins back, and how has he looked, especially in your guys' scrimmage yesterday?
It's fantastic to have Wiggs back. My guy. Excited to get back on the court with him. I will not be the person to tell you how he's looked behind the scenes on the court. But I am excited to be out there on the court with him and, have him come back and play with our team. And he's such a big part to our team, and we'll need him to make a really big run. And it's exciting for sure.
Hey, Jordan.
What's up?
What's the biggest thing that you've learned from observing Steph in terms of how he takes care of his body, in terms of his mental? When you're thinking, what can I do to still be playing at this level when I'm 35? What do you look at Steph and say, like, man, this is like my takeaway?
How meticulous he is with his routine and how consistent he is. I think that was something that I took from it. Just to see him have his routine and be consistent throughout the course of the year, throughout the course of 2 years, throughout the course of, his career at this point. Just seeing how he does it over and over daily and, never taking days off, whether that's with his body or recovery or, obviously performance. And it just shows you that you can't skip any steps if you want to be great. And yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
R2 told me I was only supposed to be over here for 5 minutes.
Yeah, your answers are too good, too long. By the way,
No terror to that.
You did
It's a
celebrate.
scam.